Bulldogs. I'm Jalen. Here's your weather for Friday. Today we'll have a high of 91 and a low of 71. It's going to be partly sunny with wind speeds up to 5 miles.
Due to network and other issues, we were unable to air the second part of the Hurricane Katrina video last week. Without any further interruptions, this is the video in its entire duration. Enjoy. On August 23, 2005, Hurricane Katrina took place. Katrina was formed as a Tropical Depression 12 going over the southeastern Bahamas. On the 24th, it became a Category 3 hurricane.
As it was approaching, I had my family there, and it was early in the morning where I got up to look at the weather report at about 3 or 4 a.m. And Katrina wasn't supposed to come across to the Gulf like it did. And it had gotten into the Gulf of Mexico and exploded. It was a huge orange mass that took up almost the entire Gulf. So I woke my wife up. I said, we got to get out of here. She says, oh, you never leave in hurricanes. You grew up here. Yes, we don't. We hunker down, and don't leave. So I said, this one looks bad. I had my 3 boys and her. They had never experienced a hurricane in New Orleans. I said, it's going to flood. It's going to be bad, so let's go. I don't want to put y'all through this. I would stay otherwise, but because of the boys and being young, we got ready to go.
Then on August 28th, Katrina became a Category 4. Then around 7 p.m., around the Gulf of Mexico, Katrina got to its full strength, finally becoming a Category 5.
We intended to just stop locally at a motel. They were filling up so fast. It took us forever to get out. The governor said, if you haven't left now, about 2 p.m., don't leave. You're going to get stuck in traffic in the hurricane.
If you have available the evacuation guide, look at those alternate routes. US 61, Airline Highway, virtually no traffic was on it. I-10 East, virtually no traffic on it. Please use those alternate routes. We need your help to assist us with getting the folks out of New Orleans. Thank you.
August 29th, Hurricane Katrina goes through the Gulf Coast of the United States, hitting the Gulf of Mexico, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida.
They always warned us about that would happen, and it happened. Katrina did that, exactly that. And so that's why so much water got in. They did break a levee, on the ninth ward, one of the hugest wards. They broke the levee.
With the building swaying, he searched and searched, but couldn't see the breach until visibility cleared enough for him to zoom in a half a mile away to the water pouring in.
When I saw that, I'm sure my coworkers had the same reaction. My heart just dropped. Even though I knew the levees were breached before that, seeing it, and just knowing that the fate of the city was sealed.
Fats Domino, they couldn't find him. He was stuck in his house in the attic.
What happened when the water came up?
I went out.
You went out?
I went down the road.
And when did you first know the water was coming?
When did they leave?
Everything was destroyed. There was like no hope for New Orleans. There was like, everywhere you went, it was either flooded or torn up. If it wasn't torn up, they had a riot and they had torn it up. It was like the last day on earth, like an atomic bomb hit New Orleans. There was just nothing left. A few people, but you can see where the water lines were, 16 feet up on the buildings, way up. There's a lot of water.
And Katrina started to flood New Orleans. The only way for people to be safe was going to the Superdome. People stayed here while Katrina tore up stores, homes, businesses, and etc. New Orleans was among the hardest hit, the single most catastrophic natural disaster in the U.S. It is estimated to have caused $108 billion from damage. It can take up to 20 years for the city to recover from all the damage. People were left on the roofs of their houses. Nearly 500,000 people did not have access to a car.
My relatives asked me, since you're there, why don't you check on my house? Well, that was a kind of a risky thing because there was hardly any law enforcement agencies. There was a National Guard riding around. You see them like every 20 minutes, maybe.
The U.S. was offered aid for food, supplies, and medical care from over 90 countries, including Afghanistan, Australia, Russia, and others. But because of the fear of contamination, much of the aid was rejected.
It wasn't just food, though. More than 90 countries offered the United States $854 million in cash and oil. Confusion and bureaucracy saw most of it. By the middle of 2007, of the 854 million offered, only 40 million had been spent.
It would take up to 20 years for New Orleans to recover from Katrina. 13 years later, we see poverty and homelessness being one of the lasting after effects of the survivors of Katrina, many of them losing their loved ones and/or houses because of the storm. Let this be a memory of when a nation has been unified, especially in today's time. We must work together, be united, and not let the bad times overrule us. This has been the 13th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. Thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching. Hope to see you next time.